What documents to keep and for how long? Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Daniel De Visse, USA Today, Wednesday, December 25, 2024. Can I just throw out those old documents in my basement? We asked accountants. As you ransacked your basement in search of holiday decorations, perhaps you came upon boxes of documents from the last millennium. And then, you probably asked yourself, couldn't I just throw these out? Companies and governments often have document retention policies. Most people do not. Common wisdom suggests we keep important papers for 7 years, for reasons that, we vaguely recall, have something to do with taxes. For those of us with paper records dating to the Clinton administration, that would seem to mean you can throw them away. But does that mean everything? We posed those questions to accountants and tax experts. Here's what they told us: tax returns. Let's start with the tax return, a near-universal document that fulfills our annual duty to Uncle Sam. The IRS can audit you for no reason, or any reason, for 3 years from the date you filed your return, said Paul Mendelson, a CPA in Livingston, New Jersey. The IRS has more time, beyond the 3 years, if you pay late, file an amended return, file a fraudulent return, or leave out income that is at least 25% of what you reported, he said. The 7-year rule exists, in part, because the IRS typically has up to 6 years to audit your return if there's a big issue. Like unreported income, said Mark Gallegos, a CPA in Chicago. The 7th year is just a buffer. There are cases, though, in which even 7 years is not long enough. Example: there is no time limit for going after people who file a fraudulent tax return, or no return at all. If you never filed a tax return, the statute never starts, so you'd have to keep records indefinitely, said Scott Brillhart, a CPA in Chicago. Bottom line: keep your tax returns for at least 7 years, if not forever. Tax supporting documents: the documents you file with your tax return are used to prepare it, including W-2 forms, 1099s, receipts, and expense records, can usually be tossed after 7 years, Gallegos said. In fact, most of us won't need the supporting documents for more than 3 years, Mendelson said. And so, at a minimum, keep those records for 3 years from the date you filed your original return, or 2 years from the date you paid the tax, whichever is later, he said. Bottom line: keep supporting tax documents for at least 3 years, and ideally for 7. Bank and credit card statements. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.